Pi Day. It is March 14th, 314. So why not talk a little bit about Pi Day? I'm kind of excited. Pi Day is an annual celebration of the mathematical constant pi. Pi Day is observed on March 14th, 314 in the month-day format, since 3, 1, and 4 are the first three significant figures of pi. It was founded in 1988 by Larry Shaw, an employee of the Exploratorium. Celebrations often involve eating pie or holding pie recitation competitions. In 2009, the United States House of Representatives supported the designation of Pi Day. UNESCO's 40th General Conference designated Pi Day as the International Day of Mathematics in November of 2019. Alternative dates for the holiday include July 22nd, 22/7, an approximation of pi, 22/7, and June 28th, 6.28, an approximation of 2 times pi, or tau. The history of Pi Day. Once again, in 1988, the earliest known official or large-scale celebration of Pi Day was organized by Larry Shaw at the San Francisco Exploratorium, where Shaw worked as a physicist, with staff and public marching around one of its circular spaces, then consuming fruit pies. The Exploratorium continues to hold Pi Day celebrations. On March 12, 2009, the U.S. House of Representatives passed a non-binding resolution recognizing March 14, 2009 as National Pi Day. For Pi Day 2010, Google presented a Google Doodle celebrating the holiday with the word Google laid over images of circles and pi symbols. And for the 30th anniversary in 2018, it was Dominique Ansel pi with the circumference divided by its diameter. The entire month of March 2014, 314, was observed by some as Pi Month. In the year 2015, March 14th was celebrated as Super Pi Day. It had a special significance as the date was written 3/14/15 in the month-day year format. At 9:26 and 53 seconds, the date and time together represented the first 10 digits of pi, and later the second pi constant represented all of its pi digits. Pi Day has been observed in many ways, including eating pie, throwing pies, discussing the significance of the number pi due to a pun based on the words pie and pie, P-I-E, being homophones in English, than the coincidental circular shape of many pies. Also, some schools hold competitions as to which student can recall pi to the highest number of decimal places. Massachusetts Institute of Technology has often mailed its application decision letters to prospective students for delivery on Pi Day. Starting in 2012, MIT has announced it will put those decisions privately online on Pi Day at exactly 6:28, which they have called Tau time, to honor the rival numbers pi and tau equally. In 2015, the regular decisions were put online at 9:26 a.m. following that year's Pi Minute. And in 2020, regular decisions were released at 1:59 p.m., making the first 6 digits of pi. June 28th is 2 Pi Day, known as Tau Day, 2 times pi. Also known by the Greek letter tau, which is like a little r, is a common multiple in mathematical formulae. Some have argued tau, it's more like a little t, is the more fundamental constant, and that Tau Day should be celebrated instead. Celebrations of this date jokingly suggest eating twice the pie. Princeton, New Jersey hosts numerous events combined celebration of pi and Albert Einstein's birthday, which is also March 14th. Einstein lived in Princeton for more than 20 years while working at the Institute for Advanced Study. In addition to pie eating and recitation contests, there's an annual Einstein look-alike contest. Well, that's a little bit about Pi Day. How are you celebrating Pi Day? Drop some comments. I want to know. Are you eating pie? What's your favorite kind of pie? How far can you recite the number pi? What do you use pi for? That's it for this edition of What Makes You Smarter. It's KeysDAN, RadioWhat.com, DJLittleRock.com. Peace. I'm out of here.